Hey, hey, hey. What's wrong with the picture? Is this too... It's gone blue. Is it blue your end? This is really weird. I've got the white lights on, not... Hey, Bill. Blue. Yeah. I don't know why. Because this red. Oh, come on. That's turquoise. Okay. So we got Tony, who was first, followed by XRP Bull, which is Darren. Then Justin, then Bill Gould. Then David Butler. Hello, David. Kin Horniak. Chris XRP. Hope you're feeling better, Chris. I'm just trying to work out these bloody lights. Green, red, green, blue. That's the blue one. Yellow. Yellow might be better. Pink. Turquoise. White. But the white is blue. I don't get it. Technology. I don't get it at all. Kobe, thank you for coming in. Little Bear, hello from Australia. Nice to see you in here. Crypto investor, hey, hey, hey. Danny Torres, how you doing? Oh, okay, can't stay. Well, have a great evening or day or whatever it is that you're on over there. Friday disco. Pretty much. I'm trying to work out why this is looking blue when I've actually got a white light on. It is actually a white light. It doesn't make any sense to me in any way, shape or form. But this is technology. Me and technology, you see. I keep telling you. It's let me put that down. Egbertina, how you doing, hun? What am I doing? I'm trying to work out. So yellow is the best. Resolution of the camera. Now you're going to ask me to change it. Nope. If I touch it, I'm going to break it. RJM, hey, 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 and Boo is live. CSC Bain, hey, Boo, looking forward to see how quarter four unfolds. Do you know what? I'll put it on yellow. I've been talking to some people and yellow. That's yellow. Work that one out. What's up with Rednecks marks the spot? Yeah, I've been talking to some people and they're getting really excited about quarter four because there seems to be an awful lot of things that are going to go live. You know, not just MoneyGram. Looks like SBI might be on its way. And Crypto Investor says, boo boo, I am big into TA, so I can give you a state of play of where I think we are on XRP and BTC if you like. Yes, please, Crypto Investor, that would be amazing. Ali G, how you doing, honey? CSC Bang, yeah, we've got Swell, MoneyGram, LED lights, love it. I know, I think this is actually my laptop acting up because for some strange reason, I tried picking up my laptop when I had my hands full and I dropped it. So I'm wondering if I've actually broken it slightly. But if I have, tough, because this is all I've got and this is what I'll have to stick with because I found my computer when I went up into the loft to bring everything down because I'm emptying the rooms bit by bit. So my smallest room is now empty-ish. So I thought, bring the stuff down from the loft. Found my computer, thought about setting it up, then chose against it. So, but I will set it up properly in my next place. But I'm not going to be moving until the 30th of November. So basically, I will end up with boxes. It will be disarray. As you can see, Zerps is out of her cage, so I'm hoping that she won't come and see me today. And she's been a very naughty girl, so there was paper everywhere. I've literally put newspaper up the walls, as you can see, you know, down the side of the cupboards. LED lights, love it. Bobby Glade, hello, how are you doing? Chris XRP, just read an article on Twitter saying we are due 170% to 4,600 increase. That's a big gap. That's like saying, yeah, we're due to go up. We are due to go up. We all know that. Casual crypto guy, I have your envelope in my bag. I did not get to the post office today, but I will do it first thing tomorrow. So you will get it on Monday. And because I held it back a bit, I don't know whether you saw my message, because I held back a couple of days, they had the right size in. So I managed to get you exactly what you originally ordered after all. So Bill Gould, Bowie, how's the job going? Job's going fine, sort of. I went to work. I started at 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning. No, 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning. And basically, they met them at the offices. They met the two partners together, which is the first time because only one of the partners interviewed me. And they showed me the offices. The offices are not ours yet. So they showed me what it was, and then they showed me a plan of what it's going to look like. And it didn't make any sense to me. So we've changed the plans. And then basically, we're hoping to complete. I was hoping to get a phone call to say you can start work on Monday. I am being paid. I'm working from home at the moment, but as they haven't actually gone live as a company yet either. We're in a transition period between the two, so I'm going to oversee the furniture and the walls going up and everything, the partitions in the office, and make sure that that all gets set up properly. And then in the meantime, we'll be hopefully going live properly for the 1st of November. So thankfully, I'm easing back into work very slowly, which is it's a touch. It is a touch. So going straight back into a 9 to 5, I think would have killed me. So, and CSC Bain says, we also have the Fed bailing out the banks in the US right now. Yeah, I know, 75 billion US dollars daily until the 10th of October. All seems to be coming to a head. Hello, Angel Connie, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, I did see, yeah, Nighthawks just come in and said Fed just extended through November as well. So that's interesting. I also saw something about Tether. They're actually working out that Bitcoin is very linked very much to Tether. So when Tether's printed, Bitcoin goes up. So that's actually started a really interesting conversation, I think. We continue to hear the FUD boo, RJM, sorry. But even Bitcoin Ben has accepted that XRP will rise in value. He says $9. The reason he says $9, not being funny, is because, was it Japan? When the service went down, it went up to 9. So he's saying $9 because of that. I mean, he can't actually say against that because it did happen. In your opinion, where are we on the road to that pot of gold, and what are your price predictions? Don't like doing price predictions. I don't predict price as such because I'm not a trader, and I can only speculate. But what I do is I use logic for my speculation. So let me come back to that in a second because I need to go back to Crypto Investor, Chris XRP. I was going to mention about that article. The daily MACD metric is becoming very bullish on XRP BTC. First time since January that it's gone positive. Fan dabby dozy. Bloody brilliant. Bill Gould has always said next bull run 2022, new all-time highs. Hiya Ferdy, how you doing? Doc Callum, welcome in. So where are we on that road? I think that we will be very surprised to Bitcoin Ben thing. Very surprised about how far along the line that we actually are, without giving away too many details. So we are a lot further than people think. A lot further than people think. Can't prove it, but I just know. So and I know because I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy. And obviously I must have slept and dreamt it, because I'm not allowed to say anything. So it is a case of, it's in place, everything is in place, everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. But when you've got this sort of thing, it's not like the British Parliament, who show their hand at every opportunity to try and scupper the negotiations. These people are playing things very close to their chest. They are being very coy about the whole setup. I mean, if you look to what we thought 1 year ago, we just thought it was going to be taking a portion of, or maybe even all at a push, of the SWIFT remittances. Now it's gone way beyond that, far into the ethosphere. You know, it's right up there past the moon on the expectations of what it's physically going to do, because that ripple net, gold in, house out, silver in, car out, you know, Bitcoin in, tether out. You know, it's a case of it's going to be the bridge or asset for all. So, you know, pretty much, if you think about it logically, every single transaction will end up going through RippleNet. It's going to take over, literally. Like Swift took over the remittance messaging. So there must have been more than one Swift back in the day. And they won out. Same way as Amazon won out on the taking over from the high street shops. You know, people go to Amazon first and shop second most of the time. So we really are sitting on on a liquidity asset that is going to make gold look stupid, personally. So that pot of gold, I think, is going to be somewhere down here, and I think the XRP is going to be somewhere up there. So it's difficult for me to put prices on it, but the fact that it's gone to $9 already, because of a glitch, shows you just how far it should actually be. I personally think I'm going to stick by, I've always said 500 per XRP by November 2021. I think that's going to be a thing. And I have, there are no realms limit, I don't think, on where it could go to. Because if you look at, if every asset in the world can pass through it, then XRP needs to be quite a large chunk of money, or worth a large chunk of money, in order to bring the liquidity that we need to have. And I know there's 99 billion out there of them, but there's more than, there's what, 3.5 quadrillion, including debt, of money, derivatives, stocks and shares, property, nostro vostro. And then if you want to add in everything, you know, cars, anything that you want to buy and sell, TVs, you know, somebody wants to buy a television, but they're selling their, I don't know, selling a portion of their house. They're going to give people a share in their home, take out a smart contract, borrow the money off of somebody. So they partially sell part of their home. They're going to get X amount of money back with interest. It's all done on smart contract, and then the money comes in and they can go and buy a car. And it's all going to go through on that RippleNet, the ring that binds them all. That's the only way I can explain it. it's going to be, and this is just me thinking, I mean, I just think that it is going to be the bridge asset for everything. And it would be stupid not to use it because it's cheaper than anything else. So I've been talking to a man about a dog. Wink, wink. Got it. RJM. Right, I've got 36 people in the stream at the moment. If you could just do a thumbs up for me, that would be really, really good. I'm just trying to build a base at the moment, so it would be really nice if you would. Ferdy says, so the dentist of my sister knows a farmer, and the farmer has a dog that goes every other Tuesday to the vet, and this vet buys his milk from the guy that knows everything about XRP. There you go. You got it. The trouble is, there are so many NDAs out there, you know, that you've got to be careful what you say because you can get people into trouble for a start. And you've got to be, I mean, you've got to be careful. I mean, look at what Lee from SPQR, you know, had his phone tapped. They hacked him because he got too close. So you know, speculation. I'm expecting YP to come in at any time and say there's a man standing behind me. And then basically, yeah, I mean, the fact that this sort of stuff is so hidden means that they're not wanting normal people, which is why I'm shouting louder and prouder every single time. I'm shouting loud and proud about XRP. I don't care about people that look at me and say that I'm stupid. I had two very nice ladies come and see me today. Hopefully they're in the stream at the moment. They said they'd come in and have a look. And basically it's something where the minority, I mean, we were talking on investment perspectives, and they're saying like there's only 100,000, just over 100,000 wallets for XRP. That's minuscule. Think of how many billions of people there are in the world, and 100,000 people have got wallets for XRP. Tiny, tiny, tiny amounts of people know about it. So one, we're not big enough to worry about, but two, you know, the more people that can find out about it and maybe buy a little in, it doesn't matter how much you have as long as you have a little. You know, the people that have got a lot will be financially secure a lot sooner than the rest of us who haven't got as much. But you know, the scalability of XRP means that even if you've got a tiny amount, if you can sit on it for a long time, as it scales up and the price goes up, then you are going to have the same ability to be that financially free and for the wealth to hit you in the same sort of way. It's just that your cash out is a lot higher than people who've got a lot of coins to start with. Crypto whack-a-mole, Bill Gould, yes. Darcy says, hello, how you doing, Darcy? Yeah, boo-boo, just watching War Castle's overview for the second time in a few days. Explains the whole system inside out. War Castles. Darcy, are you on Twitter? Will you put that up and tag me? And I'll share that around. Crypto Investor says, XRP USD short-term trading. Daily to turn bullish in short term with target of 27 cents and outside target of 29 cents. Okay, so what is it in cents at the moment? Because it's like 20 pence. 20 pence at the moment. Bob Moneybags, driving and listening. Make sure that you stay off that phone when you're driving, mister. Please. I don't want to be coming over there and visiting you in hospital, please. Although if you... Bob Moneybags is actually doing a thing for charity. So I haven't actually got it up. But what he's doing, he can share what the name of it is. But him and his mate are going to eat some pretty spicy chocolate from what I can work out. But they need 500 XRP for charity. So it's going to COAT, which is Children on the Edge, which is run by a UK-based firm, but it's a international charity, which just so happens that the ambassador for them in Twitter is Jason XRP, who lives 30 minutes down the road from me. So basically he's in for a treat. If it's as hot as what I think it is, I think it was it 1,000 times stronger than a jalapeno, Bob? Don't answer. I am going to try and find the thing that says about it. I might not be able to, but Angel Connie will know because she is the font of all knowledge. So Angel Connie, let us know what the chocolate's actually called. But yeah, it's done for charity. The guy is an absolute trooper. Chris from Love for Crypto. Chris, I promised you. Yeah. So basically, he's if he raises 500, it's only 500 XRP. So please, you've got to send it to Bob, and then Bob will pass it on to Cope because we've got to keep a note of how much is going in. So if Pat Young's around, Pat, we need you, Pat. But yeah, so yeah, 500 XRP to Cope, Children on the Edge, which is a children's charity. And it's an international thing, so it's not just for the UK, but it's based in the UK, so it's quite close to my heart. I did a talk. I recorded the live stream at Love for Crypto's meet in Manchester. Children on the Edge, yeah, that's what I said, wasn't it? Lost my scroll of thought. Yeah, so what I did was I live streamed it when Jason was doing his talk at the Manchester DT UK conference. And then when I was driving back, I was so inspired by what he was talking about that I just did a short video and uploaded it about him, and obviously a bit about the charity itself. So yeah, anything that we can do to support him would be absolutely fantastic. He runs marathons for this charity. And then on the other hand, you've got Bob, who is one of the most amazing people just for doing what he does. I mean, he basically will do anything for charity. So just trying to get in on she's spreading her wings a bit at the moment. But Bob will do anything. He wears a tutu on a push bike. He got in a plane, a small plane, and he's got a fear of flying. You know, he did a thing where they attached him to put a load of wires on him, and then he actually went through the pain of giving birth. So he had all the contractions and everything like that, and he'd done it for a full half an hour. So absolute trooper. He will do pretty much anything for charity, which just gives you the sort of guy that he is, and Matt's absolutely amazing. So anyone that can send any XRP on Twitter through the tip bot, that would be fantastic. Crypto Investor says XRP is being used by BTC Wales for accumulation of BTC. Check out the Cotswold Gent video SPQR did for an explanation. Yeah, basically that was from memory. What the BTC people are doing is they are buying in the BTC, waiting for it to go up, and then when it's high, they dump it out of there and dump it down again, move it over to XRP, which pumps up the price a bit, and then they bring it out of XRP when it reaches a certain price, and then move it back into BTC because it's lower, because they've taken all the money out of it, so it cashes it out a little bit, and then that puts the price back up, and then at the end of it, they cash out, and they cash out through the BTC. So yeah, they're using a pump and dump using between BTC and XRP basically. I think that's right. I was paying attention when I was watching the SPQR, Lee, if you ever catch me. Ferdy says, eat a million Scoville unit chocolate bar. To give you an idea of how hot that is, habanero is 500,000. Oh, okay. So habanero is 500,000 and the chocolate bar is 9 million. Bob, I feel sorry for you, mate. Just make sure you've got some really soft toilet tissues. Justin says it always will be until we get the volume and with it the increase in value. Yes, yeah. But it suits them. It suits them to keep the price down at the moment. They're letting the whales manipulate. It keeps it quite stable. You know, we don't have the highs and the lows. Big Mac and fries. When does the pop quiz start? No pop quiz tonight. RJM, did you tell the guys and girls in work yet? I have a few people in work who I'd like to tell, but I don't know what way to go about it without them looking at me as if I have two heads. Any tips? I had two ladies come around and see me today. So hi girls, if you're there. Basically what I did with them is I just explained that technology's moved on, that the basis for everything that we used to have is actually moving away from the old systems. That Swift is an old system. I explained how Swift works with the Nostro and Vostro account. Also explained that the 29 billion that's wrapped up in the Nostro and Vostro accounts are actually taken out of fiat, out of circulation. Fiat being currency, just in case the girls are watching still. So it wraps up a lot of the currency, takes it out of circulation. And at a time when we can send an email through from the UK to Australia with a whole load of data and information, you know, why can't I do the same with my money? Why does it have to take 3 to 5 days? And that's how I lead in with the fact that they now have this new system. You know, the technology has moved on, and you know, we're moving into something called blockchain, which is a new way of programming, is the way I explain that. And that, you know, these programs actually allow for money to be moved end to end in seconds, for 4 to 6 seconds. Whereas it takes longer than that, even on the messaging system with Swift. But basically what it does is it physically delivers the money in that time. And what that will do is you know, release a liquidity and everything like that. And basically I just turned around and said to him, look, whatever way it goes, this is going to happen. Buy-in or not buy-in, it's all happening, with whether you like it or not, whether you realize it or not. You know, it's just a case of whether you want to be in front of it or behind it. If you come in behind it, there's a chance that you'll be priced out. That I feel that, you know, it has a really good chance of doing good things price wise, but nothing's ever guaranteed. You know, not a financial advisor and all that side of it, but yeah, I need to feel good about sharing it. And this is what I said to him: if I don't share it, then people are going to come to me after and say, why didn't you tell me? No, I haven't spoken to people at work about XRP specifically. What I have done is said that I do crypto in my spare time, and not really sort of expanded on that, because I haven't really got my feet under the table, and until I've been there for more than 3 months, I don't want them looking at me like I'm a nutter. But I did actually turn around to one of the guys and say that I feel that it's something that's going to come into our space, and that people will be able to invest their pensions and investments into there. So right, crypto investor, Justin, exactly. Once you tune into that, then it's quite easy to long and short XRP versus BTC. Yeah, I still can't work it out. The last time I tried to do it, I lost money, so I just leave it. And then Tony Vival says, Bob said last night, send XRP straight to Coates. Oh, really? I thought I saw a thing that in one of the group chats today that said send it to Bob so that we can keep a tab on how much is going in so that we can reach the 500. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. You know, I glanced down. I mean, I have so many things to read between Twitter and Telegram that it does tend to meld into each other. Nighthawk. I tried to tell work colleagues. They did think I had two heads. Yeah, but you can mention it to them, and if they look at you like you've got two heads, just turn and say, look, you know, okay, I won't take it any further. But don't say I didn't try and tell you, or, you know, whatever. Darcy says, War Castell overview. Okay. Darcy says, watch it. Right. Just try and, if you're on Twitter, put that up. So Crypto Investor says, yes, you were right about the XRP BTC thingy. Bloody hell. Right, I got it. Woo. Justin, that explains how BTC pumps and dumps, and at the same time, XRP dumps and remains down with BTC pumps. Yes, it is. Casual crypto guy. Yeah, I suppose most women think that Fiat is a car. Only joking, girls. Yeah, you better. There's some really strong women in here, and yeah, I wouldn't touch a Fiat with yours. Trust me. As soon as I get my money back, I'm going straight for a Subaru again. SW is listening while driving. Oh, talking about which, I have the new dates for the Manchester meet. It's September the 5th, I think. So the September the 5th next year is the Love for Crypto DT UK conference again. So mark that in your diaries, people. Anyone that wants to come over, hopefully we'll have the money to move around a bit more freely. So I'm expecting to see a lot more of our international friends, shall we say. It's in the same place as well, which is a really nice hotel, and quite reasonable on price. Crypto Investor, interesting that Ripple stipulated that the Pomp Brad interview had to be recorded, not live. I think that was probably so that there was no faux pas, that at any point he could just sit back and go, how am I going to answer this one? Oh yes. Whereas if he's live, then he could have been pushed a little bit to respond a little bit more quickly, which wouldn't have given him time to think. Smart move. And basically, yeah, I'm looking forward to that Monday or Tuesday. I'm surprised it takes so long to because it was an hour and a half. So why is Pomp waiting the whole weekend before releasing it? Is he going to be cutting it? If he's being released uncut, though, yeah. So if he's releasing it uncut, why isn't he releasing it on Saturday? Or is there news in there that that's time sensitive and we can't hear until Monday or Tuesday? That would be interesting. Nighthawk, boo boo bang the drum girl. Absolutely. Love my love for crypto, guys. All three of them. They're amazing. And yeah, great guys. I listen to Scotty every morning. I love it when Kurt comes up and does his his streams when he's driving. So you're actually watching him driving down motorways while you're listening to him talk about the world, the universe, and everything, economics. Michael O2, can I get one of these XRP from myself? Sell as in what, mobile phone? Of course. Download an exchange app, get yourself registered, get yourself KYC'd, and happy days. You can buy. Mac Daddy's in the house. How you doing, honey? Puppy Tube HD, yellow seemed best. Yellow definitely did seem best. So it's really weird because it looks white on here, but it's real yellow. But it looks white. So I've probably messed up my computer. as you do. Chris retracted a message. Interesting. War Castells is all explained. Multiplication, the elites, but the whole system is in deep, just like SPQR. Do please watch it. Yep, Darcy, got that. You still need to put a link up on Twitter for me. Someone at work mentioned XRP the other day. Shocked was Justin. Nighthawk, I drive it home every chance I get. Yeah, because if you don't throw it out there for people, the right people will catch it, the wrong people will ignore it. So basically, if you can do that, then you could, even if in your lifetime, right? And by lifetime I mean the time that I've been only in it for a year. So however long you're in it until it actually does go up and become unattainable, even if in that time you've got 5 or 6 people, that's 5 or 6 more people than you had before, that are going to be financially free and out the rat race and beat the system, and all because you shared. I mean, that's got to make you feel good. Just because you shared, just because you put the person that pointed me in the direction didn't do much else except for tell me roughly about it, tell me to go and get my own research done, and then showed me how to initially go and be able to buy some. The rest of it I've worked out myself. But it's a case of, if you can point people in the right direction, let them make their own minds up. You know, it can't be mandatory, and you can't lose friends if they don't. But it's one of those things that it's got to make you feel good for those that have jumped on board because of it. And the fact that you can talk about it, and the fact that we can talk about it with authority at a time when nobody else has heard of it, nobody understands it, nobody knows what's going on, nobody sees the links and sees the undercurrents of everything that's happening right now. I mean, it's exciting. It's really exciting to see this story unfold the way it's unfolding. Is amazing, and it's an absolute. It's such a privilege, right, to be around and knowing at this time. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Chris, yeah, it was all staged well, I imagine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would have been. I'm pretty sure there was questions he probably wasn't able to ask, but they won't actually let us know that those questions couldn't be asked. Justin says he's releasing interviews to his paying member first. Okay, fair enough. Nighthawk, Wednesday, if you don't subscribe to his channel. Okay, by subscribe, I take it that's pay for it. Tuesday for paid subscribers, Wednesday for everyone else. Why the delay? Why the delay? That's 3 days later. XRP Scotland, hi boo boo. I think Brad speaks Monday New York. Possibly does not want any good info out before clients here. Yeah, that's what I said. Maybe there's something happening in the meantime that is time. So yeah, basically until Tuesday, the lid's going to be on it, and this is his way of getting it out to everybody else after whatever it is that he's done on Monday. Could be. Can someone please invite Tone Vase to DLT Con? I would pay for that. I would pay double for that. Tone Vase and Scotty. Yeah. You weapon. Yeah, that would be amazing. The same way as Brad Garlinghouse and Sam I Am. You know, that should have been. That would be fantastic. Coinbase now sell XRP to the UK customers. Yay. Took them long enough. Yes, it did. And I went in and had a look and updated my spreadsheet, which I still can't share because I still can't work out how to get it working. So I will be consulting my technology manager, Darren, please. I can share my screen. I just can't actually get the ONS to do live. That's my problem. Right, so I went on to Coinbase, and Coinbase basically transfer in is free and transfer out is £1 for the withdrawal. So so it literally is going to be one of the best for cashing out and for putting in, because just to let you know, one of the other ones that is free to send money over to is Bittrex. Right, let me start a little rant about Bittrex. A friend of mine sent me some money and said, could you get me some of the, I think it's Hedara hashtag or whatever it is. I said, where'd you get it from? And he said, Bittrex. So I said, all right, then we'll save you some money paying it by card. I'll what I'll do is I'll transfer it in my account. I'll transfer it over to Bittrex, and then I'll buy it. So yeah, so that's what I've done. I sent the money to Bittrex from my bank account last Thursday, as in not yesterday, last Thursday. And guess what? They still haven't received the money. How fucking stupid. I got in touch with them over the weekend, and I said, I sent the money on Thursday. It's not arrived yet. What's happening? They came back and said, it's Friday night. They came back and said, it takes between 5 and 7 working days. So I got straight onto my bank and I went, 5 to 7 working days? Is that how long it takes to send the money over to America? Sorry, I got a tickle. Is that how long it takes? And they said, no, we've checked, and 4 days. So they actually received the money on Tuesday. Now they state in their terms and conditions that as soon as they receive it, they apply it. Well, I've been on the emails. I've got somebody looking out apparently for me, who said on Tuesday that he would apply it as soon as it's received. So we'll keep an eye out for it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today, still not showing. So I'm not impressed at all with Bittrex. And as far as I'm concerned, they are no longer going to be, they're going to be in my list of do not use. So Bittrex and Wirex now are on my do not use list for being crap. Because we've missed all the, because they that's right. Yeah, so we've missed the prices, and it's a week. So so yeah, so they're on my do not use list now, Bittrex. So failure, losers, they failed. First time I've used them as well. So to transfer money over to. So if you have to wait 7 days, 7 working days, that's not even, I mean, it's we're sitting on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're sitting on 9 days now, right? And they're saying working days, but it got 4 days. 4 days. They would have received it on Tuesday. HSBC have confirmed they would have received it Tuesday. So so yeah, rant over. But yeah, don't trust them. Don't trust them at all. And as soon as the money goes in there, I'm sending it straight back. I'm not buying through them. They're a bunch of shysters, as far as I'm concerned, because if they've had the money since Tuesday, then they're using the money before they allow me to invest it. I'm not having that. Stephanie G, hello everyone. I have to run, but we'll be sure to catch the recording later. Just had to say hello and thanks, Boo, for all you do. Oh, have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks, Steph. You've probably gone now, but thanks for coming in. Love you lots. See you on the Misfits. Yes, please smash the likes. 42 people in and 26 likes. Cotton Patch 2000, what are your thoughts on Brexit? Don't get me started on Brexit. Okay, Brexit. There is a reason, right? And it all ties into what's going on with money. There is a reason why we're waiting 3 years, 4 months since, is it 4 months? 6, 7, 8, and 10, yeah. 3 years, 4 months since we voted out. Majority wins. We live in a democracy and they haven't done it yet. So they waited a year before they actually even did anything about it. And when they launched out Article 50, that was a 2 years. So that made it 3 years. So then we were supposed to be out, literally, at the end of March. So then they decided that they were going to extend it. And all the time that this is going on, you've got the twats in Parliament, and you are a bunch of twats, sitting there saying, you've got to tell us all the way through, you've got to keep us informed on everything that's going on. They're playing fucking poker. They're negotiating. So what have the twats in Parliament gone and done? They've tied the hands of the Prime Minister completely. So they've taken no deal Brexit off the table. Now, because we had no deal Brexit on the table and we had a Prime Minister that's a leaver, not a Ramona, we had a really good chance of getting a very good deal out of them. But no, they're posturing and pompous and they've got their heads up their asses. And basically, they want what they want and they want to stay in. So they are going to do everything in their power to keep us in, right? Including scuppering it, right? This is treason. They are treasonous bastards, right? So what they're doing basically is they're trying to force the Prime Minister's hand and make him take no deal off the table, which they've done legally, which goes against the fucking Constitution, right? So it should never have been allowed in the first place, because Parliament should not be under the law of the land on that side of it, because this is to do with our Constitution and our ability to rule ourselves. And basically what they've done is then, you know, people in Brussels are laughing their asses off because our hands are tied. There's no negotiating skills left. I mean, what can we say? Yeah, we want to leave. We want a deal. Or what? Or, well, yeah, or we'll leave, but we want a deal. Or what? Well, nothing, but we want a deal. Well, what are you going to do? Well, there's nothing we can do. We just want a deal. Can we have a deal, please? Please. It makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. I mean, I don't know how they think they've got away with it, but they won't call a fucking election. And I think the reason they won't call an election is because all of the people that are leavers and all the people that have come across that are leavers are now looking at us going, are we really a democracy? Well, of course they're going to get a majority. Conservatives will be voted back in, and then Boris will get his mandate to go to Brussels and say, right, give us a deal or we're fucking leaving. And that's what he needs to be able to do. And you got me on a rant. I mean, that's a real big rant, but I've been waiting for this for a very long time. Sorry, Cotton Patch 2000, you just unplugged me on that side of it. So back to this. What happened with Wirex? Jay Hodgson, Wirex, you need to go back and have a look at my Wirex rant. Basically, when they came out, they charge you slightly more for the coins because they have no fees. All of a sudden, they came up with fees, and you still don't get the best price on the coins. So they double whammied you, and then they started dropping out their credit cards, so you'd be able to use it 1 minute and then not able to use it at all the next minute, which completely. I mean, there was Chris, poor Chris. He was in one of the groups on Twitter. He was stuck on the underground because his money was on the Wirex card, because he was doing what I was doing. Every penny gets put on the Wirex card. You're using it every time that you're tapping that card or using that card. You're getting paid back in Bitcoin, so you're getting like a return as a special incentive. So everything was on there, and then the Wirex card stopped working. So what could he do? He had to get in touch with somebody on Twitter and ask them to help him out. And he's sitting on the underground. It's ridiculous. Bittrex is an XRapid exchange too. Let me make sure it was Bittrex. Hold on a minute. There's a few of them. Yeah, it is Bittrex. Even worse, because if they're an XRapid exchange, shame on you, Bittrex. Absolutely shame on you. It should not it should not take this long ever. It's but I think what they're doing is they're using the money in the background. So they're using the money to make money, and then I eventually will get it so that I can then use it. Nighthawk, Booba, why use Revolut for shallow bags? Yes, good idea, but you don't own your coins. And someone said you don't actually really have coins. I don't know how they do it. Coinbase Pro is almost 10 days. Yeah, that's why people don't use it. I mean, Coinbase, 4 hours to put money on, and I've done it. So as long as that now continues, now that they've reopened, I'll do a test on it. But yeah, because you want to find the best way forward. Hold on, it just jumped all the way down. Patsy Green's in the house. Hello, Patsy. How are you doing? Chris says best with Coinbase transfer straight to PayPal, then your personal account. Yeah, that's transferring out. Yeah, but I'm talking about transferring in. Coinbase Pro from Coinbase is instant. Yep, as is Coinbase Pro to Bitrue. Yes. That's why I used to do that to Binance, because that was the only way I could get my XRP when I first started out. Nighthawk, no, please don't talk Brexit. All right, I've stopped now. XRP Scotland. Wow, thanks for advice on Bittrex. Only UK link, I think, to Hedera hashtag hashgraph. That's one. Sorry to hear this. Bitrue rules. Yeah, Bitrue. We need Hedera hashtag, please, or hashgraph or whatever it's called. Wired done for me. Oh, Wirex. Yeah. RJM likes Boris. Out means out. Yeah. And he's still trying to say 31st of October, we're out, right? But on 31st of October, if we're not out, they've actually taken the UK, they've taken him to court and made it so that it's law that he has to ask for an extension. Ridiculous. You know, they're not in power, but they're running they're running the loony bin, literally, at the moment. It's ridiculous. Richard Chamberlain, I like you, XRP Boo Boo. I like you too, Richard. Thank you for coming in. Casual crypto guy, well said. Yeah, well, whether you're a Remainer or a Leaver, what's happening at the moment is unconstitutional. It doesn't matter whether you want out or you want in. What's happening is democracy is not happening. And that should worry everyone. Even if you really, really, really want to stay in, you should be worried the hell on what they're doing at the moment. It's ridiculous. And it does get me on my soapbox. Chris XRP, here's some info I found out today. Our military service will still be under Europe control under the deal. So that's Army, Navy and Air Force, but also the arms manufacturers. For fuck's sake. So the moment, I swear to God, our army needs to put down their fucking arms if they're called to serve under the EU. That's what they should do. They should all put their arms down and refuse to go. And they should refuse to wear a bloody flag, an EU flag as well. Darcy says, 8 months, no Wirex cardly, SPQR, same problems. Yeah. There was a whole load of us that had the same problems around about the same time. Jay Hodgson says it's the people versus Parliament. It is. And the only person that's actually standing up for us at the moment is Boris. And look what they're trying to do to him. Stupid. They're calling for him to quit because he lied. No, he didn't. He actually got, the Queen came out and agreed to put Parliament out. And it was for the proroguing happens every single time that there's a new leader, right? Every time without fail. And I think they extended it by about 4 or 5 days to take it up to nearer to the October 31st, because there's absolutely no point in being in Parliament and discussing anything until the Queen's address comes out, but also where the Brexit thing is concerned, why the hell are they expecting to be in Parliament and talking about Brexit when he's over in Brussels negotiating a fucking deal? When the deal comes out and they have to vote on it, pull them back. But he's trying to do it so that he gets uninterrupted time, and they're still scuppering him. It's ridiculous. We can make our own country when XRP moons. No bullshit politicians allowed. Al, I'll vote for you, mate. Right? Honestly. Justin says, makes me mad as hell. We need the Brexit party in. We need to get the Brexit party to stand with the Conservatives and lend them their vote, but take the votes and have an agreement that their votes will count towards the Conservatives. But the Brexit party is a one-issue party. They do not get to stand in Parliament. They can't, because they're not set up for it. And you don't want the Brexit party people getting into Parliament. That's like what happened with the SNP when they first got into to Parliament. They don't know the rules. They haven't got the background. You know, they fucked up really badly. They really did fuck up really badly. It's embarrassing enough with what goes on in Prime Minister's question times, and then you've got some people that turn up that flagrantly flaunt all of the rules and regulations. And no, we don't need that sort of person in Parliament. We need people that are going to follow it, the letter of the law, but be able to be able to make it happen the way it's supposed to happen. At the moment, all these people are bought and paid for. There are skeletons in closets. There's videos and pictures of lots of different things. You know, if somebody steps out of line, you know, they're threatened. They have to get back in line or else. So, you know, Parliament is a nasty cesspit. And Brussels is 1,000 times worse. 1,000 times worse. Cotton Patch 2000. Yes, it was democratically voted for in the affirmative. Sounds like you all need your own Boston Tea Party. It's coming. It's coming. If they go for if they go through what I think they're going to go through, there's going to be murder on the streets. Trust me. Crypto investor, how high is that soapbox you got there, boo boo? I know. I'm sorry. SW, free my people, GB. Yeah, absolutely. Well, at the moment, you got what was it? I was watching yesterday. Some guy stood up in Parliament and said, "Oh, well, if you're renegotiating the deal for Northern Ireland, where is this renegotiation that you have to do with Scotland to give us another referendum about voting out, about coming away from the UK?" And we're like, what? What the hell's that got to do with it? You're talking about Brexit, right? Not being funny. Brexit is the UK. The UK voted. Scotland's part of the UK. They voted to be part of the UK. Shut up. Absolutely shut up. That's it's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. That man gets up. I can't even remember his name. He gets up time and time again. What about our vote? What about us? Why can't we leave? Why are you doing certain things for Northern Ireland and you're not doing it for Scotland? It's like, you had your chance. You voted to stay in. Get over it. They're just as bad as Ramonas. Jimmy James, let it out. I feel better now. Cotton Patch 2000. Yeah, our politicians are wonkers too. Democrats think they run the country. I know, right? I watched that. I watched that carefully. I mean, everything. Impeaching haven't they tried to impeach him before? Are they just not rehashing the same thing time and time and time again? Are we going to impeach him? Yeah, about this Russian thing. Are we going to impeach him? Yeah, about this Russian thing. We're going to impeach him. Oh, yeah, it's about a Ukraine thing now. What? SW, me too, boo. Can't wait to leave the EU. I've been to Strasbourg. I walked into Strasbourg because I do my research. So before I decided whether I was going to be a leave or remain, I wanted to go and spend some time in Strasbourg. So I went to the Parliament there. Now I'm very attuned on energy, and when I walked into that building, my whole body went into fight or flight. I'm not kidding. My whole body just it was like an electric shock, and the adrenaline started pumping, and all I wanted to do was get out of there. I had to force myself to go in, and I sat down in their auditorium thing at the top there and listened to the interpreters to what was going on, and they were discussing about Turkey, about the fact that Turkey shouldn't be allowed to join the EU because he'd just rounded up all of the school teachers and lecturers from schools and universities and put them in prison at that time. So that's how far back it was. And he basically turned into a dictator. And every single country basically was saying, we can't let them in, we can't let them in. One after the other, country after country after country stood up and put it all forward. And you've got 4 people, I think it was, sitting at the front, listening to everything. And I expected them to do a recess or whatever it is and then come back later. No. When it had all finished, they'd all put together their put forward all of their points. These people just leant back in their seats, went, thank you very much for your input, but actually we're going to leave things as they are at the moment, and Turkey will continue their road to becoming part of the EU. And at that point, I just went, fuck me. This is just, it's posturing. You think you've got a say in the EU, you haven't. You think you've got a say in the EU Parliament, you haven't at all. Nothing. You know, it just proved to me the fact that the answer to that committee, select committee, was already set, and it was literally just to allow people to make it look like they had they had an input into it, and it was discussed, because they can sit there and say, well, we actually had a parliamentary discussion about it, and you know, there was a select committee set up and they investigated it, and they decided to continue with Turkey in. No, every single person there basically said no Turkey, no Turkey, no Turkey, and those people just went, don't care what you fucking say, they're in, and they're still fast tracking them in. So yeah, we need out before Turkey gets in, that's for sure. RJM, the EU playing hardball. They need us more than we need them. Time will tell. Fuck them. Do you know what really annoys me, though? Oh, here we go again. Sorry. What really annoys me is the fact that when you sit down and work it out, for the whole of the total GDP, the gross domestic profit that we get in this country, out of the whole of 100% of UK Limited, 13% of our trade goes to the EU. 13%. So 13% of the work that gets done in this country goes to the EU. So the other 87%, sorry, 87% of the country doesn't deal with the EU, but we're under their rule, for the sake of a free trade agreement that morphed into a fucking political nightmare, because it's not a democracy. So we are being run by Brussels for the sake of 13% of trade going out to the EU. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. At which point does a minority get to dictate to the majority? And that is exactly what's happening. And when I sat down and worked that out, and I did that through the .gov website, on their own figures, it's yeah, it's a ridiculous situation. And then you hear all the horror stories coming out. My mate was over in Brussels. He was working over there. They actually paid him to leave Brussels because there was some count or something like that. And basically what he did was he and apparently he's not the only one that does it, and it happens quite often, went out with his workers, dropped a one of those roofie things into one of his aides. And the aide woke up the next day after he'd been raped. He was raped by his boss, male. He wasn't gay. And Paul found him, and he was in a state, an absolute state, talking all sorts of shit, you know, killing himself and all that sort of stuff. And Paul laid him out, and you're not allowed to do it. So, so yeah, the guy still works there, still gets away with it. They turn a blind eye. They absolutely turn a blind eye, and it's rife. When I say cesspit, 1,000 times worse than our parliament's bad enough, you know, kiddie fiddlers and all that sort of stuff. But Brussels is a whole new level, whole new level. Darcy says New World Order. Yes, it is. New World Order. And we're participating in the New World Order, I do believe. I don't think the XRP is done by the Patriots at all. Peter Convey says, fuck the EU. I think Boris and Dom are going to come up trumps. I bloody hope so. I really do. Justin says, we have to leave on the right terms, though. SW, that means no deal is better than a bad deal. Absolutely. I would prefer to come out. I prefer to come out. This is the other thing that people, you don't hear about this. WTO, right? World Trade Organization rules and regulations means that when we are dealing with people like the EU to go and get our deal for trade, they have to treat us and give us the same deal as the best deal that they have with other countries. So they've got their own conglomerate themselves, or more of a cabal, but they've got their own. So you've got the 27 EU countries, so that's one. So they've got to give us the same deal as the best deal that they give any other country. Well, Switzerland, tiny little Switzerland. Is it Switzerland? I'm sure it's Switzerland. Free trade, free trade deal. So therefore, EU has to give us a free trade deal under WTO terms. So there you go. Don't hear that, do you? Being bandied around Parliament. It's snouts trough. Honestly, it's ridiculous. Patsy Green says, Darcy B XRP, I wouldn't use them. I applied over a year ago, gave up, they can kiss my ass. Darcy YX. Yep. Yeah. They are a bloody nightmare. Right, let me catch up with some of your because I've actually let it go down too far. Okay. Darcy says Trump needs to get the Fed out. It's where it's all coming from. The Fed's being run by the Rothschilds and the Vanderbilts and that sort of stuff. So that's never going away. What he can do is he can change it slightly. Michael O2. I came to Love for Crypto meetup, met up, signed up with BitTrue. They told me about PowerPiggy, been trying to get in for 2 weeks. Michael O2. If you're on Twitter, send a message through to one of the ambassadors, or me. You can send one to me and I'll pass it on for you. But anyone that is at the Love for Crypto meetup, if you'd put your email address on the list, then BitTrue would have automatically put your stuff into PowerPiggy. So send me your email address that you registered with, and I'll pass it on to Iris, if you want, or one of the ambassadors. Up to you. Darcy says it's the Fed, boo-boo. Yes, it is. Cotton Patch 2000. You guys can have a partnership with the EU and not have to be in it. It's pretty simple. We have a free trade agreement with Canada and Mexico, for example. I know we could have a free trade deal, but they don't want to give us a free trade deal, and they want to make it as hard as possible, because if they let us out with a free trade deal, how many other countries are going to come out of it, because they're pissed off with the EU too. SW, Justin, I'd be much more pleased if we left with no deal. So would I. Mike Toppin, hello. Hello. You all right? XRP bull. My bank card was instant on Coinbase. Used it this morning. Bank card is, I'm talking about transferring. Takes 4 hours. Transferring from an account to an account. And for Coinbase to send is free, basically. So, and on the card, it's 3.99% that you pay for a fee. So yeah, it's better to send the money across. So I'll be doing that when I need to buy some more. Hit those likes, people. Yes, please. 31 likes, 34 people in the room. H-bar. Yes, it was Borislav. Who's Boris? Boris Johnson, who's our Prime Minister. Mike Topping. Bitrue is quick to buy, but maybe a bit expensive to get out. Can't get out at the moment on Bitrue. They don't have off-ramps, but they are working on it, and it's coming very soon. Hopefully by the end of the year, maybe by Q1 next year at the latest. They've got to have all the different licenses in place with all the different countries in order to be able to do that. So, but he's working on it. He is working on it. XRP Scotland, speak to DAI on Bittrex. Kindest guy will maybe help you out, or Brad. Legends always working for the community. Absolutely, yeah. I've tagged. No, in my last email to Bittrex, at the bottom, I put my name, and underneath it, I put XRP Boo Boo. I'm hoping that if any of them that work there is on here, that they'll realise that they're poking a bear, literally, at the moment. Mike Topping, I don't like him already, mate. Who? I'm a bit far behind. Hold on. Jay Hodgson, on the other side, which exchanges are we saying the best to cash out fiat then? Fiat cash out. So we're looking for, hold on, delete. Right, cash out, you have Bitpanda. They take their fees in the price of the coins. So if you cash out with Bitpanda, you don't actually pay a fee, but you don't get the best price. Bitstamp is 0.1%, but the minimum is $25. CEX is up to 3%, and £2.10. So that's for the UK. So what I did was I took the UK side of things when I put together the spreadsheet. So it gives you an idea, but it might be different for other countries. Coinbase is £1 to cash out, and Coinbase Pro is between 15 pence and $25. Coin Deal is 1% plus £9. Kraken is up to $30 and 0.125%. Poloniex, cashing out is free, and Uphold cashing out is free. There you go. Come back to you there. Guys use Bitrue, they are great. Yeah, they are. They just don't do everything at the moment, unfortunately. Casual crypto guy. I tried to put BTC and XRP in Power Piggy today. No chance. You're probably better off trying to do it at 3 o'clock in the morning, not being funny. That was the times that I needed to. Chris XRP, we need a civil war, chuck them out. Yes, we do. Mike Topping, excuse me? Excuse me? Mike Topping, hello. Hello. Jack Dingle's in the house, but you've got a deleted message there. Cotton Patch 2000, Chris XRP, can we throw some of ours in the bin with yours? Yes, please. I think all politicians need to pass a loyalty test to their constituents first and foremost. And at the first sign, they get the sack. That's what they need to do. They need to get the sack. Michael O2, you're spot on with Bitrue. I know what they're up to. Spot on with Bitrue. I know what they're up to. I haven't really said much about Bitrue on the talking about Bittrex. Enki, do I play Twister? No, I don't. I'm far too old and far too fat. Thank you. Crypto investor, where have you been? Robert Lee. Robert Lee's in here. Mike Toppin, excuse me? Who are you saying excuse me to, Mike Toppin? Right, Zach Dingle, looks like everything that you're putting up is actually being deleted. So I don't know who it is, but Al's actually doing that. Zach Dingle, I asked her about Brexit because we don't hear anything about it, just snippets. It's neat because she actually is a citizen of the UK and knows what's going on. I also cotton patched 2000 for the sake of transparency. I was very much a leaver. I was the, in Essex, I was the leave.com, Leave UK, I can't remember now. I was the area organizer anyway. So I had politicians and I had street cleaners come into my house to pick up leaflets to deliver with lists of places that they needed to deliver to. So I treated everybody the same. I didn't care who they were. I had people walking into my house going, don't you know who I am? I'm like, no, I need you to deliver that to there. Thank you very much. See you later. Next. I don't treat anyone any differently, even if I had known who they were. Mike Toppin, excuse me, yo. Yo. Mike Toppin, what's up, kid? Boris is the Prime Minister of the UK and the people of the UK voted 3 years ago, it was, cotton patch, to leave the European Union. So, Dylan Bryson, you've got some deleted messages there as well. You don't have the answers, sway. Okay. Timed out. Okay, no, that's cool. Good job. Thank you very much, Owl and Chris. Patrick Perrine, hello, honey. Charlesburg, it's my city. Beautiful city. I'd spent a while actually doing some traveling. I took the boat trip around the back of the Parliament there. Beautiful area. Loved it. It was very welcoming. It was a really nice time, really nice day as well, or the few days that I was over there. So yeah, I will go back, but I'm not going back into that Parliament. I think it's an eyesore. I think they spent too much money on it, and whatever way that it's been designed, it sucks the energy out for you as you walk in. I don't know how people walk into that building every single day. Crypto investor, I have eliminated Brexit, Trump, Meghan Markle, and the royals from my life. Quite incredible the effect that all that has on your mental well-being. I'm a royalist, so I think that the royals are fantastic for the UK. Brexit just needs to be delivered, and Trump, I think, is a patriot and the best thing that could have happened to America. Otherwise, under Clinton, you would be in a very different dark place right now. Cotton Patch 2000, he will probably get impeached. The Dems have always been sore about Clinton getting impeached on a silly matter when they have the best economy. They have been chomping at the bit ever since. Clinton, okay, if you say so. Nighthawk, forever, is this not the best flag ever? Is that a black flag? XRP Scotland. Scotland voted stay EU, but don't agree with the Scottish Independent voted against. Shame we can't put politicians on the blockchain. For honesty, bunch of crooks like bankers. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And the trouble is, it's a system that corrupts completely. And if you don't get corrupted, then you don't get very far, because you need to be corrupted for them to have leverage against you. And that's just the way it works. Chris XRP. Yes, brother Wales for the win. Patsy Green. Crooked governments all over the world. Yeah, that seems to be the same. It seems to be the same all over. Cotton Patch, XRP Scotland, that vote for Scottish independence was so close, it seemed shady to me. I wouldn't have minded, but I mean, it would have meant that if they wanted to stay in the EU, when we left the EU, we'd have had to put up Hadrian's Wall, because we'd have had to put a border up. And I think that would have been the saddest thing. I also know, because I work in financial services, most of the financial services companies that were over in Scotland have already got plans to move south of that border. So they would move into the UK, because obviously it's a bigger setup. So they would have lost so many jobs. It's unbelievable. It would have wiped the floor. It would have wiped the floor. Scotland would have been on its arse completely if they'd have left, because the likes of Scottish Equitable, Standard Life, Scottish Widows, major employers over there, they were all. We had the letters. I kept a whole dossier folder of them. You know, don't worry, if the Scottish independence goes through, we're moving to the UK. It will make no difference to you and your clients. So yeah, it was sad. It was sad actually, because I could see everybody jumping, and it would have decimated Scotland. Darcy says, I'll say it one last time. Watch Warcastle Overview. I'm not on Twitter, boo boo. It's on YouTube. It's 1 hour 20 long. It will wake you up from the top down to what is happening way above TV. Please, good night. Oh, bless you, honey. Yeah, okay. I'll make a mental note of that then. But I don't watch TV. That TV behind is not connected. Oh, got my XRP poster in front of it. It's not connected. I don't watch live TV at all. Don't pay a TV license. I've got Amazon Fire Stick, and I occasionally watch that. But I'm on here every night, or most nights, not every night. Last thing this sort of thing happened in Europe. The leader had a tone vase haircut and a moustache. Casual crypto guy. Yes, he did. And look what happened to him. Just saying. Cotton Patch says, my guess is that we'd have escalated to that if we didn't have social media. Tyrants can't hide and grow as well as they used to be able to. Chris says, I'm at the point where I can't wait for XRP Moon because I'm off at that point for warmer climates. Portugal. That's where I'm going. Scotland XP Scotland says, yes, but glad we are stronger as one during hard economic and terrorist times. Wake up, peeps. Absolutely. Too right. Come on the Welsh, says Nighthawk. Okay, let me go down a bit. Nearly caught you up. Yeah, I've definitely broken my colours going on my laptop now. I'll be doing it in black and white at some point. Y'all would be fine without the XRP Scotland. Y'all would be fine without the Brits. The world is so much closer than it used to be. We would be your friends, of course, for example. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just that economically, I think they would be not stuffed, but there would be a massive hardship immediately. And Darcy says Vanguard. Yeah, I know. Vanguard is the answer to everything. Whatever question you ask, Vanguard is the answer. Cotton Patch says, and the Brits would be your friends too. Pretty much all would stay the same, but you'd be able to raise your flag proudly, and William Wallace and the Bruce would be happy. I know, right? But the Scottish, the Welsh, and the Irish can fly their flags and be proud about it. The moment the English raises their flag, we're racists. And that's just the way that it's going. Twiggy, greetings and kisses from Portugal, my friend. Love your channel, XRP Rules. Twiggy, I'm going to be coming and joining you. I can't wait till we moon. I'll be moving out there. Chris says, add me on Twitter. Bank account into Coinbase took less than 5 minutes earlier, Justin says. Wow, okay. Well, maybe that's what they've done. Maybe they've joined the ranks of XRapid type thing and set themselves up, because I noticed that they are running out of the UK now. So we've got a UK arm into the main Coinbase, which was quite nice. XRP Boo Boo, 1.2 subs. I've got 1.2. Have I actually hit the 1.2 mark? Wow, I was 1. I think I was 200 off of. Justin says it can be done. 3 p.m. in the afternoon is easier. I suppose it depends where you are. Uphold as a question. Uphold's good. I like Uphold. Darcy says, XRP Boo Boo, the bombs. I'm listening, but going to try and sleep. Good night, maybe all. Oh, good night, Darcy. You take care, honey. Sweet dreams, sweet XRP dreams. Richard Chamberlain. CEX is free withdrawals. If you use faster payments, then you are second level verified. I think I'm second level verified on everything. CEX. Yeah, it's up to 3% plus £2.10. Yeah, I was trying to cover, I basically took the worst case scenario on all of the stuff when I put together the spreadsheet. RJM. Getting back to crypto, boo. What dates in October should we be looking at possible price movement? I have no idea. But I have been told that the 14th and 15th could be interesting. And anytime before swell usually has a little bit of a pump. So XRP ball more fat on a butcher's pencil compared to me and Tony. Oh, right. Do I do Twister? Yeah. Yeah, I'm still not skinny mini. Never will be. I like my food. And I like my wine. So Henry Minot. Hello from New York City. Hello, everyone. You're right, Henry. Thank you very much for coming in. Nighthawk, boo boo. In my younger days, I was at Charles and Diana wedding. I was at guide camp. So I was at guide camp and we watched it on a television in the middle of a field. Bones is in the house. How are you doing, honey? Cotton Patch 2000, XP Scotland. Okay, you and XRP convinced me. He says, cheers, this has been the best live I've been on, an actual conversation. Hope to catch you all on the next time. Thank you, XRP, Boo and all. Yeah, what I try and do, Cotton Patch, is I do something at the beginning, so some sort of information that makes it worthwhile, and then I come into the chat. And what I want to do is have that interactive. So people ask me questions, I'll always give you an answer. If it's a definitive question, I don't know the answer, I'll tell you. If it's a speculative question, I just go off at the, you've seen me go tonight on a few different subjects and topics. I've always got an opinion. I spend a lot of time researching, so I tend to know a little about a lot of things. So I try and bring that so that I'm different to other YouTubers. There's no point us all being the same because it's already been done. No one's going to watch me in comparison to somebody else on technical stuff, or if I could even do it, or on the news. And DAI really has that sewn up. So I want to do it this way. Eventually what I'll do is I will have interviews. I want to start interviewing people live and online. So that there's an interaction there after the interview is finished, and then people can jump in with questions. XRP chance of a lifetime is in the house. Congrats, Boo Boo, says Bones. Crypto Investor says the next bull run will be because of people staking crypto and taking loans against their holdings. That is the catalyst for a bull run similar to 2017. Possibly. XRP Scotland says, coin patch boo, not me, but funny. Braveheart, old news, Scottish and whiskey, oil and kilts. God economy. Nighthawk was the Army Guard of Honour. Oh, thank you for your service, honey. And XRP Scotland says, thanks, Cotton Patch. Good rest, my friend. Nice chat. So, right. So we've got 33 people still in the room. Bloody hell. And I've been going for an hour and a half. Come on, people. My wine is calling. So I think that I better sort of leave it there. Hopefully I haven't upset anyone with my rants. If I have, I'm sorry. Not sorry. I'm sorry if I offend people, but I don't actually... I'm sorry if I offend people, but I have an opinion and I'm not scared to share it. So Justin says, keep going. What? Keep going and drink my wine as I go? No, because there will be a certain point where you won't be able to understand a word I say. Plus the fact I'm going hoarse. I've been talking for an hour and a half. That's a long time. And I have ranted a few times, which means my voice gets louder. Usually, if I get a bit angry, then Xerxes over in the back there, she starts shouting at me to calm down. So I didn't go too badly, but yeah. So thank you very much for coming in. It's been amazing. I love it. I love it when you lot go interactive with me. Chris says, good stream, boo. Everyone like and subscribe as you leave. DD1, hola. Hola. Thanks, Bones. Cheers, Al. Yeah, I mean, basically, I'm just here to chat shit and chew the fat with you. And, you know, that's something that nobody else really does. So, you know, I'm happy to do that because it gives me a real reason for coming on. But I will only come on if I've got something to disseminate and talk about to start with. Egbertina, right. Good night. And yeah, thanks for coming in as well. So wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Take care and have a great weekend. Take care. Bye.